And speaking of Rivian, on our in-depth 2 weeks ago, we raised some questions about Rivian's Adventure Network, which is basically their charging network.
Well, we asked, and we're starting to get answers, especially about the charging speed.
It appears that Rivian is applying to install a Rivian DC fast charger station in Salida, Colorado. During that permitting process, they filed this preliminary spec sheet as seen on the Rivian forums.
Interesting. So this shows a continuous and peak DC output of 300 kilowatts. Now, we had conjectured that it was going to be more like, 120 kilowatts. So this is a welcome upgrade for anyone who's thinking of buying the Rivian.
Yeah, I'm not sure if this is what the R1T and the R1S will be able to take as maximum input, or if this is just what the station is able to put out. Those are two completely different things.
And as we can see here from this map of Electrify America chargers in Colorado, this Salida location would be a good spot. In fact, Tesla has a supercharger in a town right next to Salida. Also, if you take a look at Electrify America, a lot of the stations are exactly where Tesla stations are, and Rivian is basically copying Tesla's map. Now, that's not to say that they're literally just like, oh, okay. I think that for charging locations, I think that you're probably going to independently reach the same conclusions. So I'm not throwing any shade anywhere. I'm just saying, like, they're going to make a pretty good network if they're going to be copying Tesla.
I'm just concerned because I'm going to guess it takes about 90 days at least to get a charger site permitted. And then it's got to take at least 90 days to get it constructed. Mm-hmm. So if that's true, that if they're just filing this now in Salida, it won't be ready until fall. And this is just one of the first we've heard of. So if they haven't even started permitting in other towns around the U.S., are they actually going to have their network up and running by June, which is when the trucks start coming out?
No, you're right. It is a big question. Charging is what people are going to care the most about.
I don't know that they will. That's my whole point here, though. I think a lot of people are excited by the truck itself, and they don't realize until they get it home and a couple weeks later that, like, oh, we can't really go where we wanted to because they didn't think about the charging first.
True, and Rivian's kind of focusing on Aspen, which is where I would expect they would kind of focus on, like the Lake Tahoes and the Aspens of the world. I hope that they fill all the gaps in the Electrify America map, but obviously that's not going to be feasible for them. They're not a giant company, and they didn't have to spend a lot for Dieselgate scandal reasons. So yeah, I think that they're going to be focusing more on these regions. I just hope that works out for most people.
Here's Rivian's preliminary spec sheet for their AC charger, which outputs 11.5 kilowatts. So these will be in locations probably like restaurants and hotels and places where you may not need as fast a charging or they can't provide as fast a charger.
And I think that this would be perfect for hotels in areas that they want to spruce up their charging in.
Hey everybody, thanks so much for watching Now You Know Clips.
You can watch full episodes of Tesla Time News on Mondays and in-depths on Fridays. Just click the link down below to head over to the Now You Know channel.